Hello everyone, this is Akram Suman here. Now we are going to discuss the Provincial Governor. As we already seen the Ward Governor and the Porter Governor, in the Ward Governor we have seen that it becomes insensitive beyond the 60 rpm. As increases the speed of the governor, there will be less changes in the sleeve movement, so it becomes insensitive beyond the 60 rpm. Okay, then we have studied the modification form of the ward governor, that is the Porter Governor or dead weight type governor. In the Porter Governor, we have seen that we have put the additional mass on the sleeve. Okay, it becomes the mass of the sleeve. So in case of Porter Governor, we have calculated the height of the governor, and using the speed of the governor, we can calculate the height of the governor. Okay, so basically we have studied the two types of governor. The first is Watt and the second is Porter, and then third is Provincial Governor. In the Provincial Governor, we will calculate the same thing, that is the height of the governor. Okay, so but what is the difference between the Porter and the Provincial Governor? We will see in the when we got the result for the Provincial Governor. Okay, so first we need to draw the diagram for Provincial Governor. That is similar to Porter and the Watt, but a little bit difference is there. So this is the arm and this is the extension link here. Sorry, this is the link and this is the pivoted point at the point of intersection, you can see here, and this is the link which is connected to the sleeve. Okay, so this is but the one important thing, let me show you later. This is the sleeve. Okay, this is sleeve and both are connected, both the links are connected to the sleeve, and this is having the okay, this is the spindle axis, okay, which is passing through here. Okay, now I am going to show you the difference between the Porter and the Provincial on the basis of diagram. In the Provincial Governor, there is one more link which is known as the extension of lower link, which is known as extension of lower link. This is the extension of lower link. Okay, this is completely one link, and there is a ball, mass of fly ball, which is going to be attached here. The mass of the fly ball is going to be attached here, and this is completely one link. Okay, this is completely one link, remember that. So that's why this is completely one link, and since it is completely one link, that means its movement will not be changed during the movement. So that's why I'm writing here that therefore its movement will not change. Its movement will not change with respect to each other, will not change during movement. Okay, so this is for about one link. Okay, now this is one link, and we can see that there is a fly ball of mass m which is going to be attached here, and both are having the same mass, and this is the mass of here. There is a mass of the sleeve here. In case of Provincial Governor, we are considering mass of the sleeve, that is if the mass of the sleeve is capital M, then the weight would be mg, and we all know there is a friction which is working on the sleeve. So when the sleeve is moving upward, the friction will be in downward direction, and when the sleeve is moving in the downward direction, the friction force will be in the upward directions. So basically there will be a, when the sleeve is moving upward directions, there will be a friction in the downward directions. We have decided the direction of the friction. Okay, so according to that, we can calculate the mg plus minus f2. Okay, so basically this is the complete force plus minus f2, but we generally study about one portion of the governor. On the one side of the spindle axis, we study about the governor. Okay, so that's why I am dividing it mg plus minus f by 2. Okay, here it would be also mg plus minus f by 2. Okay, so it would completely becomes mg plus minus f. Okay, so this is this is the arms of the governor. Okay, and there will be an angle theta. We all know that if this is angle theta, and that would be the angle beta. Okay, I am just removing that what I have written here. You can write it as on the side that therefore its moment will not change during the movement. I am just removing that because I have to draw the diagram here. I can write here again. This is completely one link. Okay, this is completely one link. This link is known as the extension of the lower link. This is known as the extension of lower link. This is only found in Powell governor. Extension of lower link. Okay, we have to draw the diagram, and that I am going to extend it in order to find out the instantaneous center. Okay, as we have calculated in the Porter governor, this is the length of this length is A and this length is C from here to here. Okay, and what is that point? This is instantaneous center of rotations, and this is C. Okay, and this is B. Now one important thing you have to see here, this is the radius of the governor, which is denoted as R, but here there will be a center of rotation of the fly balls, so there will be another radius of rotation. This would be the radius of the rotation, that is denoted as R dash. This is the radius of governor, this is the radius of rotation of the fly ball, so that would be calculated as R dash. Remember one thing, that R dash is always greater than equal to R. Okay, it is always greater than equal to R. It is only one case, in only one case, when the extension of the lower link is parallel to the spindle axis. Spindle axis is this is rotating with the omega angular velocity. When the axis of the spindle axis is parallel to the extension of the lower link, then we can say the R dash would be equal to R. So in only one case we can consider R equal to R dash. Okay, so first we need to find out the general equations for Powell governor. So I am writing here rotational equilibrium for governor. Rotational equilibrium. How can you find out the rotational equilibrium for governor? By taking moment about instantaneous center. So here I am taking moment about instantaneous center I. Okay, so here there will be a mr omega square, we all know very well. There will be a m r omega square. Okay, and in the downward direction there will be a force, that is mg, and there is another force mg plus minus f by 2. Okay, so we have to take a moment of all the forces that are showing in the diagram. So first I am writing that mr omega square multiply what? This distance I am considering as E. This complete distance I am considering from here to instantaneous center, that is E. So that would be multiplied with E, and that is equal to mg. You can consider on the one side because summation of m is equal to 0. So this is making the anti-clockwise, and anti-clockwise direction I am considering as positive and the clockwise as negative. So here it would be mg would make the clockwise couple. Okay, this would be this would be rotate in the clockwise direction. Okay, when you take the moment, so that is minus mg multiply c. But this would be not c, because c is measured from here to here. Okay, this is basically c distance, but when you see carefully, when you look at mg line of action, it would be here. Okay, it would passing through here. So basically what is the difference? It would be c plus b minus r dash. So I can write here c plus b minus, sorry, c plus b is not b there, c plus r, because b is also from here to here only, but we have to calculate it from the spindle axis. Okay, so I am considering c plus r. Okay, that is r is from the spindle axis, and minus r dash. Then we then we get the remaining distance of the mg rotation. Okay, so that is r plus c minus r dash. Again I'm explaining you. See, we have to make a perpendicular distance from the line of action of mg from the instantaneous center, so it would be this. Okay, but this is not the c, because c is from here to here. Okay, so what would be that distance? So that is c plus r. Okay, c plus r minus r dash, then you get the value of this. Okay, if you assume this as x, you will get the value of x c plus r minus r dash. Okay, so it would be the radius of rotation for the force, okay, about instantaneous center. Now this is in the clockwise direction, so we have assumed we have considered negative sign. Another c we can see here, this is also in the clockwise direction. The force will going to rotate about in the clockwise directions about point O. So I'm saying minus, the force is mg plus minus f by 2. Everything is clear? This is the force, and what is the distance? C plus b. So that is b plus c. Okay, now this is equal to 0, and when you solve this, you will simplify this equation. Mr omega square multiply e is equal to mg, this is small m, okay, mg c plus r minus r dash. This is the general equations, whether r is equal to r or whether r is whether r dash is greater than r. This would be the general equations. Okay, okay, when r dash is equal to r, we will get the another relations. Okay, it would be simpler than that equations. So mr omega square into e, that is and then we write it as mg plus minus f by 2 plus minus f by 2, and that is b plus c. Okay, now this is the general equation. You can learn it directly, because when r dash is greater than equal to r, this equation is valid. But we will find out the relation, a simpler relations, as that we have got in a Porter governor. So we have to take a case first, that means when r is equal to r dash, when r dash is equal to r. So when will be the r dash is equal to r? When the extension of the lower link is parallel to the spindle axis. So I'm just writing here, when the extension of lower link is parallel to the, when the extension of lower link is parallel to the spindle axis or governor axis, you can write here governor axis. When it is r dash is equal to r, then we have to put r dash is equal to r in that equations, and what you get, that mr, you have to put r dash is equal to r. So I'm writing here mr omega square multiply e is equal to mg, that would be cancel out. Okay, so here that will be remaining c will be remaining here, and plus mg plus minus f by 2 plus minus f by 2 multiply b plus c. This is the equations that we get when you put r dash is equal to r in the above equations. Okay, this is the general equations. Now see here, I'm just multiplying with a. This is the distance, you can see here, this is a. I'm just, what we will get when you multiply and dividing with a, the whole equations. So that would be a. This is multiplying and we are dividing with a, and a will go into the bracket. So that is a plus mg plus minus f by 2, that would be b by a plus c by a. Okay, Now see here, this is mr omega square multiply e, yes or no? Now see here in the diagram, see what is c by a. This angle is theta, this angle is beta. When this angle is theta, that would also be theta, yes or no? If this is beta, and that would be beta. Okay, so look at the angle theta, that is c by a. Tan theta is equal to c by a, and here when you see the tan theta, that would be r by h, because h is measured from point of intersections to the center of rotations. Okay, this is the r by h. We measured r and h like that. Okay, so this is the tan theta is equal to r by h. So I'm just writing here c by a is equal to r by h, because c by a is equal to tan theta and tan theta is equal to r by h. So I just can write here that I'm just writing in the next page. Okay, so here we are getting mr omega square. I'm just replacing e in another side. Okay, we just have replaced e from here to here. Okay, so that is mg multiply c by a is what? R by h plus mg plus minus f by 2 multiply, we have seen that b by a and c by a. We all know that b by a is equal to tan beta. Here from this triangle you can see b by a is equal to tan beta and c by a is equal to tan theta. Okay, so I can write here that tan beta and tan theta. So this is tan beta plus tan theta. Okay, now see here, we all know tan theta is equal to r by h, yes or no? So if we put r by tan theta, if I could take common from this bracket, if I take common tan theta, what you will get? A by e mg r by h plus capital mg plus minus f. You just have to look at carefully. So I am taking common tan theta and I will get 1 plus tan beta upon tan theta. Okay, we all know that k is equal to tan beta upon tan theta. We have seen in the Porter governor. Okay, so this is basically beta angle, this is theta angle, so k value would be tan beta upon tan theta. Okay, now see here, we have common tan theta and we all know tan theta is equal to r by h, and here r by h will be there and here r by h will be there, so I can take common r by h. So a by e, yes or no? I will put in the next step tan theta is equal to r by h. Okay, so I'm just taking common r by h directly, so that is multiply r by h. So here will be mg plus, you just have to see this is in bracket, mg plus minus f by 2 and 1 plus k. I can write here because k is equal to tan theta plus tan theta upon tan beta upon tan theta. Okay, so I can write here k. Now you can see here you will get almost the equations, that is equal to mr omega square. Here r and r would be cancel out, and finally you can see here you will get the value of omega square. And now in the next steps I am taking common as mg, so it would be m omega square is equal to a upon eh, and mg I am taking common, so it would be 1 plus mg plus minus f 1 plus k upon 2 mg. Okay, it would be like that. Now the relation, the final result is going to become, and m would be cancel out, and when you convert it into what? N square, because we all know that omega is equal to 2 pi n by 60. So I'm just replacing omega, that means angular velocity in radian per second into, I'm just writing it into revolution per minute RPM. So final result, I'm just writing here the final result, that what comes out to be n square is equal to 895 upon h multiply a by e 1 plus mg plus minus f multiply 1 plus k upon twice mg. So that is the relations for finding out the height of the governor. From here you can calculate the height of the governor. This is the general equations when the r dash is equal to r. This is a special case when r dash is equal to r. You can use these equations in order to find out the speed and the height of the governor. But this equation is only used when r dash is equal to r. So I'm writing here. Remember one thing, don't apply in every case. This is only for one case when r dash is equal to r. And when it would happens when the extension of the lower link is parallel to the axis of the spindle, then r dash it will be equal to the r. Okay. So what is the difference? If you see the difference between the formula of Powell and the Porter governor, when r dash is equal to, I am considering. So the difference is that in that equation only additionally a by e is going to be multiplied. This term is going to be multiplied. Remaining equation is same as that of Porter governor. Okay, I am again repeating, this equation is valid only when r dash is equal to r. When r dash is not equal to r, that means when r dash is greater than r, because only two cases are there. We all know that r dash is greater than equal to r. So we have seen that when r dash is equal to r, what would be the relations? So we have got these relations. When r dash is not equal to r, that means when r dash is greater than r, we generally have to use the formula, that is general equations we have used, that we got in the first case. In the initially we got, this is the, I'm again writing here, mr omega square multiply e is equal to mg c plus r minus r dash plus mg plus minus, this formula you must have to remember. Either you can get using the by applying the moment equations, but generally if you learn it directly, the time will reduce in the examinations. Okay, it would take less time to solve the questions. Otherwise you have to find out and it would take a lots of time. So mg plus minus f by 2 multiply b plus c. Okay, this is the equations, and this equation is used when there is when r dash is greater than r. Now this would be the formula for Powell governor. Okay, now I'm just talking about the performance. Okay, now what is the basically difference between the Powell and the Porter governor theoretically? When I'm talking about the same performance, for the same performance in the Powell governor as earlier obtained in the Porter governor, for the same performance in Powell governor as earlier obtained in the Porter governor, the mass of the flywheel, the mass of the flyball in case of Powell governor is less as compared to that of in Porter governor. Okay, that required in Porter governor, the mass of the flyball in case of Powell governor, that means in that governor, the mass of the flyball is less as compared to that required in the Porter governor. So that means overall inertia is going to be reduced. Yes or no? If the overall inertia of the governor is reduced, so that means for getting the same performance, we will use Powell governor, not Porter governor. Because there is the same performance for Powell and the Porter governor. Just benefit is that in case of Powell governor, the flyball mass is going to be reduced. That means overall inertia is going to be reduced for Powell governor. So we will use that governor. We will use Powell governor. So I'm just writing here that you just have to put it down, that for same performance, in Powell governor as earlier obtained as earlier obtained in the Porter Governor, as earlier obtained, just write it down, obtained in Porter Governor. I'm just speaking as well as writing, because if you don't get my writing, you will get to understand what I'm writing here. As obtained in the Porter Governor. In case of Powell Governor, the fly ball mass, the mass of the fly ball, the mass of fly ball, the mass of fly ball is reduced. So if the mass of the fly ball is reduced, that means overall inertia is going to be reduced, yes or no? So in case of Powell Governor, overall inertia is reduced. So overall inertia is reduced. So if overall inertia is going to be reduced, then for the same performance, we will use Powell Governor. So for the same performance, since the overall inertia is going to be reduced, so while getting the same performance, so I'm just writing here that while getting the same performance, which one is going to be used? Which governor you will use while getting the same performance? While getting the same performance, we will use Powell Governor. We will use Powell Governor. So this is what about the performance. Okay, now we will do some numerical questions on the Powell Governor, so it would be easy to understand what types of question is going to be coming in the examinations. If you are preparing for the engineering service conventional, the number of question is going to be asked from the governor. Okay, but before we solve the questions, let me tell you another concept in the Powell Governor, that how we can calculate the arms, how we can find out the tension in the Powell Governor arms. See the diagram carefully. This is the diagram. Okay, see, this is the link which is attached to the extension of lower link and the sleeve. Okay, since there is a sleeve which is having the downward forces, that means the weight of the sleeve. Okay, and there is a having the friction force also, and I can assuming that there is a tension T1. I'm assuming that T1 is the tension in the link of the link which is going to be attached to the sleeve, tension T1. Okay, and there is another tension T2. I'm just considering another tension T2 here, T2. Okay, there are two tensions in the governor. So first we will calculate the tension T1. Since we can see here, this is the sleeve. Okay, and this is the link which is going to be attached to the sleeve. Okay, and at the sleeve, we all know at one side, if this is the spindle axis, we all know the one side there will be the force, that is mg plus minus f by 2. Okay, and there will be a tension T1. There will be a tension T1, and we all know that this angle is beta. So we can write it as T1 cos beta. Yes or no? We can write it as T1 cos beta is equal to mg plus minus f by 2. We can write it as, okay. Now we have calculated the T1 value. From here you can calculate the tension in that arms. Okay, this is basically when we have studied the basic concept of the centrifugal governor, we have named these links. This is known as the link and this is known as the arm. Okay, so you can learn it as it is. So this is basically link, and the next would be the arm, in where there is a tension T2 is working. This is a link. That means tension in the link T1 is equal to mg plus minus f by 2, mg plus minus f by 2 cos beta. Okay, so from here you can calculate T1. This is the tension in the link. I'm not talking about the tension in extension of lower link. This is tension in the link. lower link is different, extension of lower link is different, tension in the link T1. Okay, now if I'm talking about the next, there is a tension T1, we all know that. Okay, and this is the extension of the lower link. We have seen that this is the extension of the lower link, but there is a, this is the extension of the lower link. Okay, and this is the angle theta, and this is a tension T2. Okay, if this is T2, if I draw this line, and that would also be theta, yes or no? If this is beta, we all know this is beta, so that would be beta, yes or no? Okay, this would also be beta, and in the downward directions there is the mg force which is working. See here, I am just assuming the case when the r dash is equal to r. When the r dash is equal to r, that means there is a mg which is in downward directions. I am considering is as it is here, so that is mg, that would be here. Line of action would be same. So when you draw the extension of lower link is parallel to the spindle axis, then mg would be like that. Okay, are you getting my point? Or you can neglect the obliquity, then you can find out the then you can see here mg would be at that point in the downward directions. Okay, so there is a T2, so that is T2 cos of theta is equal to this is T1. Okay, this is T1, and if this is T1 cos beta, that means T1 cos of beta plus mg. Okay, so here from here you can calculate the value of T2 tension in the arm T1 cos beta plus mg. From here you can see that first you have to calculate the tension in the link, then you will be able to calculate the tension in the arm. Okay, so T2 is basically the tension in the arm, tension in arm. So that was the Powell governor, in which we have calculated the height of the governor and the tension in the arms and the link as well. So we will do the questions based on the Powell governor. Okay, so thank you.